All right, welcome to part 2 of the Cedar Hill Chill Open. We're going into hole 10 with John E McCray with a nice, comfortable lead.
This is the third hole in a row that we had talked about earlier, being ones you want to birdie. This one is probably the easiest of the three. Just if I'm throwing a sidearm, it's not that difficult of a hole. Just a nice little skip sidearm shot. You can throw a backhand putter if you'd like, but on the lead card here, you would think all of us are going to birdie it. And so far, everybody has pretty good shots.
Have you ever seen anybody throw not throw a sidearm on this shot?
Just in practice.
Just in practice.
Saw a couple people, and I know George doesn't throw a whole lot of sidearms either. So when you see players like him and myself throwing a sidearm on a hole, it's a relatively easy shot.
Johnny going for the birdie.
Johnny
gets
looks
his.
like he was the furthest away. Birdie, 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 birdie. And Kody with a birdie. Star birdie on hole 10.
All right, going into hole number 11, 310 feet.
Tricky hole.
Tricky hole. And Eric McCabe has taken over for the second spot over George.
It's a nice little gap you got to hit uphill to the right. That's a pretty good shot again. It's going to be a little left, but I'm throwing a truth here, and I think I let go just a hair too early and smashed that tree right in front of me. Unfortunately. Kody throwing a sidearm. That's a great shot right there. Even with the rollout, that's pretty much where you want to be on that shot.
Jared goes with the sidearm and
clip the tree.
Smacks into a tree himself.
Looks like it went a little too straight. Didn't have any turn to it, but should be a nice look. Should be easy par from there. Throwing a sidearm uphill. Pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that approach. That was a difficult shot for me.
Jared in a very tricky spot, trying to go around. Well, doesn't quite get the roll he wanted and places it way out.
Really
left.
surprised it went through all that brush and tree limbs and everything.
He's probably hoping that it didn't.
Yeah,
that
he's probably hoping it would hit. George for his 2 off the top. Whew. Johnny McCray for 4 in a row. Oh, just top right. Jared saves a 4. Not a bad 4 from where his tee shot ended up and his second shot ended up. Kody with a great birdie. And I'm pretty happy with that par save.
And Johnny brings in his par.
As does George.
All right, on to hole number 12, 320 feet. What's unique about this hole?
It's blind. It is very uphill and very deceiving. So you definitely want to throw it a lot further than you think. See, you put a lot of power on that. And that works out well. It's up to the right there, I believe, is where his shot finished. But there's a big cedar you can see. And you don't want to come early, like I think Johnny does right here. Hits that cedar right there. He was fortunate enough to pop out, but I've seen a lot of people hit and kick in, and if you do that, you're looking at pretty much taking a 4. I didn't quite go wide enough and clip that tree and drop down. Looks like a pretty decent shot. Looks like he clipped the tree as well.
Everybody's going tree clipping.
Everybody's tree clipping. Except Kody, who has a massive sidearm.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one. Not bad. It's pretty long putt, but you can run that putt pretty easily. Just throwing it up under the bucket, trying to maintain, not get any fours.
Looks like George got stuck in the tree there, trying to figure out how he's going to get out.
Just like that.
Just like that. Looks like Johnny's going to go for it, try to get another birdie. Takes a jump at it. Not quite there.
Close. Jared runs it. Just a little low.
Kody from the knee. Plays it safe.
Smart play. So we're all just pretty much tapping in for our pars. Pars around. On to 13, which is a really fun hole. It's way downhill, and if the wind's right, you can really rip one out there. What's that say? 550?
550
downhill,
feet.
finishes to the right. If I remember, and the tee pad on this hole is really tricky. It's really tiny, and a lot of us choose to throw to the right, or to the left side, rather. And it makes it a little bit more difficult of a shot with that cedar tree right there on the left.
Kody looked like he caught a lot of air there.
A lot of air, and this is one of the windier holes. That looks like it turned over quite a bit. But out there in the middle, big Anheuser up shot. Big hyzer on that disc. A little too much hyzer. Looks like I'm going left. George seems like he kind of stops on his shot. He doesn't quite follow all the way through.
And he was going low on that. I wonder if that was on purpose or...
He might have been trying to go a little bit lower, seeing our shots up in the air. Looks like that one's going left as well.
Johnny going with the big up shot.
Looks like it came up just a hair short.
Ooh, got stopped by a tree. That's probably a nice stop by that tree.
Throwing a verdict up shot. It was
Nice.
a lot windier than it appears to be. Jared throwing a sidearm. Looks like that came up a little short. Johnny with his famous turbo putt.
Oh, so close.
So close.
So it looks like this hole is fairly easy in a sense that it's open.
Pretty much, yeah. The only time you can really get into any trouble is if you're short right.
Okay.
Jared not too happy with that run at par. George cleans up. Kody as well, and everybody else. A couple fours on this hole, and everybody else takes 3. This next hole is one of my favorite holes on the course. Just a lot of fun to play.
Hole 14 at 375 feet.
It's uphill, and the basket sits kind of on a little mound. It's a mound of rocks, but it's a mound. And you just kind of throw it pretty hard right at it. It's uphill. It plays quite a bit further than you think. And that's why I like that hole, I think. Looks like that one's just a little short left. He should have a look at it. Those branches shouldn't be too much in play for him. Kody looks like he threw it a little bit low, but still got enough spin on it to skip all the way up there. Johnny. Pretty good shot up there on top, putting. Jared. Looks like he threw something really stable there and just didn't quite get the distance.
George misses a shot for birdie.
Nice putt, Jared. He doesn't have a lot of pep in his step right now.
Oh, bounces right off the chain.
I think a lot of that was due to the headwind coming at his as he putted there. Good birdie by Johnny. George saves 3. I'll take a birdie. Moving on to hole 15. This is a tricky hole. You're throwing from a big concrete slab, blind, downhill. You got to miss that backstop right there. And the basket sits kind of in a little bit of a cove. So really all you want to do is either throw out to the left or out to the right and throw your up just to hit the window and have a nice, easy upshot. Like, that one's not too bad. It's just right on the edge of the trees. That could be a difficult upshot from there. Here goes George. Out to the right. That should be all right. And Kody.
That looked like it stalled out a little bit or something.
A little bit of a stall. I think he got a little turn on it and got the wind underneath it. Can't really tell from that angle, but there's a pretty good sized window over there on the right that we're hitting. Looks like I'm just going to throw a big jump putt right up to the basket. Johnny. Pretty good shot. This was the one I was wondering if it was going to be difficult or not. Looks like he had a window there.
Oh, came out the other side.
Looked like it might have been a spit out. It's always the worst when you're coming down the stretch and trying to get strokes or trying to maintain, and the basket just doesn't want you to get that stroke.
All right, so George is going to have to settle for the bogey. And we move on to hole 16 at 315 feet.
This is a deceiving hole. It's uphill. Says 316, but I'm going to say it plays more like 400. I put a pretty good little rip on that and came up just short. And from right there where my putter landed, I've got no look. Pretty much no putt at that from right there. It's kind of crazy little hole.
It's a unique hole, definitely, because you can't really tell with the bushes, but that's a pretty steep incline from the fairway up right to the basket.
Yeah, the shot on this hole is you just want to go wide. You want to go a little wider, and you want to be deep. The further, the better. You don't want to be short on this. There's a lot of blockage up high, so you really just kind of want to crash the trees and see what you get. Kind of like that.
Oh, nice. So Kody gets a little backstop from a tree and sets it right by the basket. George going for the same shot, gets it kind of low there.
A little low, skip. And right even there, you would think that there'd be something there, but there's not much of a putt there.
And over we have Jared over, caught in the bushes, kind of goes over.
I think he went a little long on that shot.
George trying to look for a shot going through the trees.
Not much there.
No. Eric trying to do the same thing.
I had a tiny, tiny window to hit. And I hit the window, and I think it just kind of face masked the front of the basket. Luckily, it just stayed right there and didn't really roll away anywhere.
Jared's going for a shot there. Was that Jared? No, that was Johnny.
Johnny throwing another turbo.
Here's Jared trying to go for a shot.
Trying to save his par here.
Bounces off the top, comes down.
That could have been a lot worse. It could have rolled a lot further. And Kody with a drop-in birdie.
Nice job, Kody.
So going into hole 17, Johnny has a 3-stroke lead. And I have 3 strokes over third.
Yes, and hole 17 is at the 275 mark.
This is a fun one. A little uphill. It can be tough. If you go long to the right on this hole, you've got nothing. Kind of see the flag sticking out of the tree there. We got Johnny. George, that looks like a pretty decent angle coming in. It's another one of those difficult holes to film.
Yeah, even if I was near the basket, I wouldn't be able to see you guys. Johnny going for the
big turbo.
Bam,
putt. That was amazing. That's a pretty deadly weapon to have on a course like this where you have to deal with a lot of bushes and putting over things.
Jared doesn't quite get his birdie there.
Who's that? Looked like Jared saving his par.
Yeah. Eric with the birdie.
Kody. Birdie. And George for his birdie. This is a really cool hole from up there. You can see it kind of sits on top of the hill and you can see for a long ways.
The camera was kind of shaky because I was actually holding it on a monopod way about 5 feet above me, so I could get a good angle.
18 is way downhill, blind, and there's 2 different shots here. You can either do that, big sidearm / turnover, but you do not want to come up short in those trees. You can go big hyzer, and at this point, I was back 3 and ahead 3. So to speak. So I was just kind of trying to throw something down the middle and unfortunately didn't quite get it off left of that tree, but
Johnny going for the big shot. Gets it around.
That's pretty good right there.
Yeah, very good shot.
George going for the big hyzer. It's a lot further than you think. He came up quite a bit short there, and that's jail in there. Jared going big hyzer. I believe this came up just a little hot around the backside into the trees, but spectators love it. This is me just trying to throw a truth up there by the basket, which I did. Kody with a jumper.
George, I believe, is in the...
Yeah, he was just short inside the tree there, and it wasn't an easy out. That's what took him a little bit of time, but he managed. Johnny just a little high. I think he really wanted to win by a lot more than 3. Now, hats off to Johnny this year, touring his first year out, and he played some solid golf here and played some solid golf so far, like at the Memorial and everywhere he's gone, really. So I'm really happy. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
All right, everybody congratulating Johnny as they put in their shots. And that'll be it for the coverage of the 2014 Cedar Hill Chill. I'm Bobby, and I have with me Eric McCabe, and we want to thank you guys for watching and listening. And stay tuned for more coverage from the Dynamic Discs Dirty Dozen Tour events.
All right, I'm here at the Cedar Hill Chill, and the day is over, and we have our champion here, John E McCray. Did an awesome job out there playing, but kind of take us through the day. How'd it go for you today?
Oh, it was really cold this morning being from Florida. It was like almost 30 degrees or something. I was bone chilled cold, and I got a little rusty start, but picked it up in the middle of the first round and played pretty well through that, and ended up shooting the hot round the first round. And then today, the second round, I come out and really wanted to get after it, and I played the first 5 or 6 holes really well, and that momentum really gave me some confidence, and it was carrying through the rest of the round, and I finished strong and ended up winning. So it was a lot of fun, and it was challenging courses, beautiful scenery, the rocks around here. I'm not used to the rocks on the ground, so that was a little different. I'm gonna have to go give my disc a little bit of love, but
Now, you're from Florida, so have you played in the Texas area before?
I have. I played in the Worlds when it was here in Houston, and then I played a couple of the doubles events at Round Rock
Now
years ago in like 97, 98.
Yeah.
So.
Now, these courses are fairly new, so you're playing it blind, right? Or did you get to play before you got here, or?
The second round today, I did get to play this course yesterday as a warm-up, but the other course that we played this morning was totally blind, and I did pretty well for playing it blind. I'm pretty happy about that. Hopefully the rest of my tour doesn't go like that where I'm playing courses blind, but that one definitely worked out in my favor.
Now, what advice would you give to people when they're going to go play a tournament and they're going to play blind? How do you keep your cool and make sure you do good?
Oh, man. I would suggest getting there and play the course and don't play it blind, because that's really not the best way to do it. But my best advice, and the best advice I always have for people for disc golf, is follow through.
Now, I've been reading online and I've heard the story about that you've been playing disc golf for a long time, but this is really your first year getting out on the road and touring. Tell us a little bit about that story.
Okay, yeah, I've been playing for 18 years, and I've been playing pro for 17 years, and this is really my first year touring. It's, thank God for my wife, and it was really her idea. God bless her soul, she's a great woman. And because of her, I'm out here, and we're enjoying the great United States, and we're hoping to enjoy this whole year. And really, I'm just doing it for fun and to, try to spread Gateway and all my other sponsors out there, and, spread the love to everybody and feel the love from everybody. I certainly have. Come here to Texas, and hardly, I don't really know that many people, and definitely feel the love from everybody. Everybody has really accepted me, and it's great feeling. The disc golf family is truly awesome.
Now, I think I've seen you have a website online where people kind of follow the story. Where can they go to find out more? Absolutely.
It's www.johnemccraytour, JohnEMCCRAYTOUR.com, and you can go there. We're going to have posting videos. There's a couple of funny ones on there already. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And we're having fun and trying to, and we'd love for you to follow us and live it with us.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Cool Daddy Slick Breeze.
Thanks, man.